Hi, welcome to my session where I answer questions or the most frequently asked questions that I get as a change management strategist and change leadership advocate. If you've listened to some of the previous videos I had, I've spoken about what is change leadership versus what is change management. I've also spoken about how to get into a change management career or how to get started as a change manager. Another frequent question that I get asked when I deliver my online course or even speaking to people is, which change management model should I use? If you're new to change management, you would have seen that there are a multitude of change management models, frameworks, and methodologies. There are some very popular ones out there. The most popular one would be ProSci Adker. They've done a really great job when it comes to putting out their model there and sharing it. And it's one that is very familiar to many people in many organizations. It's almost even a requirement on job specifications. You read a job specification and you'd see it must have ProSci or equivalent. So that's how good a job they've done. But what I want to talk to you today about is, which change management model should I choose? You have to choose the one that works best for you. I would say, first of all, don't spend too much time on trying to think which one should I use. Pick one that you're very familiar with. Pick one that the organization that you're working with uses and just run with it. But some of the things that you need to consider when you're looking at which change management model to use is really think about what's the size of the project, what's the size of the change, what's the complexity of the change, the length of the change. And those are some of the kind of things that will help drive which model to use. Is it a complex change? Is it something that requires some structure and framework to be used? And talking about structure and framework, I want to look at some of the reasons why we would use a change management model or would use a change management framework. I have some of those listed out, so I'm just going to read it out there so I don't miss any one of them. One of the things is that it provides a visual representation to introduce the changes you're talking about. So it's very visual. So if you look at a change management model, it can tell you this is where you are at this stage, this is where we're going, and this is what we're going to do. So it provides a great visual model to guide discussions. It provides a framework to help understand how people are responding to change. So when you look at something like the Kubler-Ross or the general change curve, or you look at British transition, or you look at Lewin's, it just shows you the different stages people are. Those three models, very similar. That's why I say, just pick one that you're familiar with and you know that works and just run with it, because there's so many and they're all very similar sometimes in what they do. Or it also helps frame another one is it helps frame and position the change to help with guiding and decision making. That's another advantage of using the change management framework. Another one is it provides options to choose from, like I spoke about, depending on the size, the type of complexity of the project. For instance, you have the Cutter 8-step model or 8-step process. They've recently updated their change model. You have the ProSci 3-phase model that you can use. You have the McKinsey 7S framework you can use. You have the Lean change management framework out there that you can use. You have the SATA change model you can use. So there's so many. But understanding the size, the type, the complexity will help you determine which model to use. And it helps provide a tactical and planned approach, especially if you're managing a large scale project. At least it provides a checklist. Do this then. Have you done this? Do this type of assessment. This is the stage where you are. Do this. So they're very great when the models are very great to help provide a tactical framework in which you need to approach a project. But when all is said and done, no matter what change model you have, the question you need to ask yourself is, have you got the change leadership competencies to really lead and drive and manage that project? that is what I consider to be the main thing. In my experience, I've been leading change, managing change, being in projects for the last 20 years. Over 20 years, I've been in project environments, leading, driving, and managing change. And one of the key success factors when it comes to any project or any change initiative is change leadership competencies. Have you got the right change leadership competencies to manage, lead, and drive a project? That's very key. In future videos, I'm going to be talking about change leadership competencies, and that's one, it's broad, so I wouldn't do it justice starting now and not saying anything or going into detail. I have a whole course on change leadership competencies, so to spend 1 minute or 5 minutes on it wouldn't do it justice, but I will dedicate a video in the future to talking about change leadership competencies, and even perhaps a whole 30 minutes, 1 hour video where I talk about change leadership competencies. In the meantime, have a great day. If you need any change leadership resources, go to my website, oliveblue.com. You should be able to download free change leadership resources there and guides on managing resistance to change, leading through uncertainties. I'll even take a change leadership quiz there. And also, if you have a question, just let me know and I might just do a video for you.